The big excavator behind me rests idle right now. It's the weekend. Its brain is gone. That whole cab section there is designed to house the brain of this incredible machine. Just a century ago, it would have been a marvel. 2 centuries ago, an impossibility. Beyond that, just a monster, perhaps. The capabilities that it has that we take so for granted, that help us out so much, are only realized when its brain is intact, when it's got the operator in the cab. But I wonder, how long will it be before this machine will be able to run independently, 24 hours, all the time, with companions. There's another one right over here. Again, resting idle, with no one, no brain again in the cab. These two in tandem could do so much. Now, sure, some may say so much destruction, right? Tearing the forest apart, but just think for a moment about the other possibilities of what these machines might be able to do, especially when think of them as more than excavators. Give them different equipment, different tools, different apparatus of control, and especially outfit them with a mechanism for self-improvement. Create a factory where they can learn from the mistakes of the field operated machines, or the deficiencies of the field operating machines, and improve upon those by creating the next generation that's even better. The final piece, and that probably is a good word to say final. The final piece is when you add the brain. And the brain will be, let's walk now. The brain will be artificial intelligence, AI. Eventually it's going to occur that we will have machines that will become sufficiently more capable and more autonomous. Eventually this machine will be able to run on its own, handling this entire landscape here with only human oversight. Maybe even not even here, maybe from a remote system, maybe only being alerted on perhaps a paging system when it needs a little bit of help and control. And we will become gradually more comfortable with that. Right now it's a hard thing to imagine, this machine operating. It would be hard to drive by this area and see this machine operating with its peers, especially if they're crossing the road here and doing things. And what if there were 20 of them operating? That would, for our generation, our time, that would be difficult. Remember thinking back a century and then 2 centuries back, monsters. That would be almost monstrous. But go forward a century, would it be just part of the landscape to have machines operating and helping us? And in our, not only in a place like this, but in our home as well, driving us around, such as these vehicles are doing, but without our need to control, as this man is doing. He has to watch the road and keep his mind on things, control the speed of the scooter. His scooter will eventually take care of all of that for him. And when there are factories that can make the better scooters, the better excavators, the better the domestic machines, and the like, then we will have a system that will be prepared for, dare I use the word, exponential growth in terms of capability and improvement. The final step, as has been theorized by many others, and I don't know, for me, I don't know enough about it to know where the line of science and science fiction passes. I really don't. So it seems a lot like science, but it also seems a lot like science fiction, and I'm very reluctant to weigh too heavily. Although science fiction sometimes has a way of predicting things, so that's very interesting. So it's interesting to entertain that. So I'm speculating now. This is just pure speculation. Maybe a wanton speculation, maybe wanting speculation. I'm not sure which. But when eventually the computers become so autonomous that they basically become smarter than us, and couple that with what might be called the consciousness of an artificial intelligence. Remember, I'm talking fiction in my mind. I'm not educated in these things. Imagine such a computer that is not only faster, better, more complete and capable in its calculating abilities, but also is aware and conscious in its own way, and able to understand its environment and make predictions and calculate improvements and designs based on its programming, its directive, so to speak. That when that occurs, there will be a moment when that science fiction or maybe or thinkers speculated this moment called the computational singularity, which will be like a flash of a moment where the AI will become self-aware and have the ability to improve upon, to not only design its successor, but then to create its successor. Remember the factories we're talking about. And then from that point forward, we're out of control. It is in many ways game over for the human race's self design, or so we like to think, or being captain of the ship. The AI will, in essence, be able to outstrip us, outsmart us, outthink us, outdo us, outproduce us, and out-equip itself, and take itself to a whole other level. These cars that are behind us will become less our tools, and perhaps more our keepers, our deliverers, our our prisons, maybe. I don't know. Will the human race even survive? Some speculate that we won't. That we'll basically, when after computational singularity, all that will remain is the realization of the AI's directive, whatever that may be. And maybe given that it's smarter than us, how can we possibly program a directive that that we could control past the point of singularity? It seems to me that the AI would be able to find its way around any loophole, out of any box, worm its way out of any prison, and convince us to help it along the way, and eventually control all. Perhaps it will be the end of us altogether. Maybe humanity will disappear. Maybe we'll be absorbed into the AI. These are not my own thoughts. I'm regurgitating a few. What a word. I'm basically sharing with you the words that I've read of others. These are the thoughts as I pass that excavator there, sitting idle by the side of the road, waiting for its brain to arrive. And the day will come when it will have its own brain and won't need us. And the day will come beyond that. I believe most dearly that day will come, that that brain will no longer need us to further it along. It'll do itself. And what will happen to us after that is a very open question. Take care, everybody.